Coming up next, the moment you've all been waiting for is finally about to take place. The dream match. You waited long enough. You've seen all the social media. But now you're going to get some stories too. The dream match about to take place. The young man on the left who is starting to say that he is calling it a career in the world of classic Tetris, perhaps. You can check it out on his Twitter machines. You can read his story there. This is probably one of his last matches in the world of classic Tetris. And his opponent for this one most certainly is an amazing player. Returning once again to monthly Tetris. Is ready. Been looking forward to the match. And certainly will bring everything he's got. Greentea, the people's choice. They'll finally go one-on-one. There is also a very important announcement from Greentea, as both players have their promotional videos. And they said a lot of wonderful things about each other, about the community in the whole. But Greentea did make mention that something very interesting about his Tetris future, and you're going to get to see it. So we'll go to the video, and then hopefully we'll have all players ready to go, and then we can get this one officially started. Chris Bidwell will return to join with me for the last one. I'm sure it'll help stall as well. Take a look. Sharky, Greentea. Let's do it. He made his first appearance on the CTWC in 2019, where he ended up becoming the Rookie of the Year, according to Hard Drop. And in 2020, he came back with a vengeance. Came back to show you that that was no fluke, and that his game has been taken to the next level. Saying that Dash most certainly is not dead. He's the most hype-centric player in classic Tetris. It's Sharky!
I have one expectation coming into this match, and one expectation only. And that expectation is excellence. Because you see, my opponent, his name is Greentea, and that name alone already tells you that this is not going to be a pushover. As a matter of fact, hell, it might be my toughest match to date. And with good reason. Greentea, he nails his quick taps. He's gotten 1.1 and level 30. The perfect game. Not only that, but he gotten 3 maxes for CTWC 2021 and played exceedingly well that year. And he's cleared 19-4 with DAS. I mean, to sum up all those in one word, I guess you can say that Greentea is just an absolute beast.
Yes. Oh, extra Tetris! And level 30! Yay! Perfect game!
However, he's not the only animal that is playing in this match. Of course, I'm talking about myself. I mean, even though my accolades might not be something like the perfect game, I got the first back-to-back max with DAS. I got the first back-3-back max with DAS. I got back-4-back max with DAS. I got in a 1.194 in comp with DAS.
Tetris for Sharky. One more. Could do it here. Gets the Tetris. Need something on the kill screen. Will it happen? No, it won't happen. But 1.191 for Sharky. Holy cow.
Not only that, I've gotten several comp max ups. I mean, I'm over 50 comp max outs and over 10 comp 1.1s. I'm not a pushover either. In fact, I nail my quick taps just like Greentea too. So I'm not going to be a pushover, and that's why I say I expect excellence. 2 titans clashing up against each other, and Greentea is no exception.
Sharky gonna go out, gets 1 Tetris here, has 1 more Tetris available at 776, waiting for the Lombard, sacrificing his board, knows he has to, waiting on this Lombard. Where's the Lombard for Sharky? Does get it. Sharky gonna finish out the game at 812,000 points.
Me getting to play Greentea is something that I've always wanted. He's a fun guy to be around and absolutely love his energy. But today, I want to show him that he's not the only one that is insane at dash and can push dash to its limits. I don't know what the future of my classic Tetris competitive career holds, but one thing's for certain, that this is going to be one hell of a match. And Greentea, better look out, 'cause there's blood in this water, and you're next.
The 2019 Hard Drop Rookie of the Year, the top 10 CTWC 2020 finalist. He is the winner of this dream match, Sharky!
Hello, I'm Greentea. I'm an NES Tetris player from Japan, and I'm one of the creators of Tetris Effect Connected, which bring the classic NES Tetris into the modern hardware. Today, I'm super excited to play a match with Sharky.
Greentea is not new to Tetris. He is a certified grandmaster in Tetris. Grandmaster,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think on all three of
All
them in
three
Japan. So he is obviously a Tetris expert. He's got the Tetris brain. He sees the blocks when he's falling, you know, when he's sleeping and everything.
I started playing NES Tetris in 2017, and I won some of the early classic Tetris monthly tournaments. Also, I did a first double maxed out game in an official CTWC tournament with Joseph Sidey.
And Corey on kill screens 921. And Greentea with a triple for 829, and both players kill screen the final game of a best of 5.
He's the long bar.
There it
There's
is.
the long bar.
Oh no!
Oh, there it is.
For Greentea.
Double max
Double
out.
max out! Oh my goodness!
What is happening here?
Although my PB is not so high, I think I have a good consistency as a dust player.
Opting for a double.
And now
Couple
Jess is
burns.
ready as Jonas. He's just
Oh,
looking-
Greentea! Boom!
Oh
Tetris
my
for Greentea!
God.
Look at this tuck play. Greentea.
He's toying.
Tremendous.
He's,
He's doing this with dash.
he's toying with Hefts right now. Oh my word!
This is not tapping crazily left and right. This is dash work. He's maintaining dash as he's going left and right like this.
I love almost everything about Tetris, regardless of classic or modern, competitive or non-competitive. But especially, I love the CTWC and its community. I think the NES Tetris itself is really nice. It's very addictive, so I can't stop playing it. But not only that, the CTWC and its community are great. When I first went to the CTWC tournament in 2018, everyone warmly welcomed me, so yeah, I could enjoy the tournament very much.
Greentea here from Japan. Look at him. We love Greentea.
And also the atmosphere in the competition is really great, and it's very warm. It's filled with respect for every competitors. I'm really happy to see the CTWC is growing popularity and keeping this warm community. And Sharky is a great player. I'm happy I can play with him. I said I love the CTWC and the classic Tetris community, but Sharky is one of the greatest contributors in growing them. He's very passionate about showing how fun the classic competitive Tetris is. He hosts events, he does commentary, he uploads well-edited videos. I believe his works have brought a great number of people to the world of the classic Tetris. Of course, his Tetris skill is very great, so I'm really looking forward to today's match.
93k lead now. Sharky's now set up for Tetris.
Sharky's not letting up here though. Still with that 100k lead.
Honestly, I've not been playing the NES Tetris much these days. And actually, in this year, I don't have a plan to improve my skills through heavy training. Some of you might already know that I started practicing rolling last year, but I found it's too difficult for me to bring its technique to the competitive level. now the entire skills of players have significantly jumped up. So I think I may be no longer a top competitive player, but I continue to enjoy the game, of course. And yeah, if the CTWC is going to be held in person again, so I'm willing to go there.
Congratulations to the People's Choice, Bidwell. We know about a People's Champion. Well, we've got ourselves a People's Choice. It is Greentea victorious for the match in this high-stakes DAS battle.
Yeah, again, I'm looking forward to the match. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Tremendous.
Wow. Yeah, Wow's right. It's kind of cliche to say, but we really don't deserve those two. We really don't.
Yeah, you know, of course, everybody, welcome back in. Chris Bidwell, he's here. We're going to chit chat for a little bit as we have players getting ready to get this match going. But yeah, let's talk real quick about those videos. Chris had a chance to kind of get a preview of that one ahead of time, and wow, amazing things that they had to say. Obviously, the people think, Chris, that when we talk about promos, right, that it's always about, I got to trash talk about somebody, or you got to play this fantasy role or whatnot. But that's not true, right? A promo video is short for promotional video to help kind of sell a match, right? And these guys don't really need that to sell the hype. You just hear the name Sharky, Greentea going one-on-one. Of course, it's like that. It'll sell itself, right? But to have a little bit of a story to go into, the importance of why they're playing is important. And the things they had to say, Chris, were really tearful and joyous as well.
Well, it's real. I mean, we all felt that. And if you've ever been in the same room with Greentea, that's not an act. That's the way he is with everybody he's ever met. And Sharky, that man has put in so much effort. I mean, he wasn't just a player showed up and was cool. He showed up, was cool, played well, is a great person, and contributes a lot. He's like the trifecta. And Greentea, obviously, when he took the job with Enhance, did the same thing with contributing a lot, making this game mainstream and available to the general public. So, I'm pretty speechless, honestly, because this is so great that you got this together. I mean, it's not just another Friendlies Friday night. This is stuff that we don't get to see too often, and we may not get to see these two again. So let's just enjoy it.
Right, exactly. These super shows are always, in some cases, a climax to what we're doing on the Friday nights, right? Things that lead into an event like this. But then you have these special attraction matches that we put together, and this most certainly is one. And they both got to be real. There was no shtick really behind it, and especially Greentea, where Chris, I don't know about you, but in his video when he talked about how he really doesn't consider himself a top tier player anymore based on the current flow of how this game is played out now. That kind of got to me a little bit.
I mean, we all know in the back of our minds that that's what's going on. The generation that we've turned the page. But, for all these old timers, which I guess Sharky and Greentea are considered old timers at this point, the reality is hit them. And how do you bow out gracefully? It's kind of are you still having fun when you're playing? And at least this event gives them that chance to have fun. And it was kind of up in the air whether or not Greentea can show up in Portland or even Sharky showing up in Portland. And I hope they both do, but it's understandable if they can't. So take what we can get.
Indeed. Yeah, I know. If hopefully we get CTWC announced soon, Sharky said he's maybe looking to try to get out there, but whether he'll compete is another story. He'd like to maybe be a part of CTWC in another aspect. And of course, Greentea at the end of that video did say that if it does go live, he'll be there. So I think that is tremendous to hear, but also a little sad to hear that he kind of just felt that he is not going to be in that elite level. He tried the rolling technique, which, back in December, Chris, right? We thought 4 months ago that, wow, he's picking it up very quick. He's maxed out already with it. And what is he going to do in 2022? Like, this is amazing. he could be one of the elite players going into the World Championships. And he was very honest and open that he says competitively he can't do it.
Yeah, we just saw LXT. What is he? What 12? Is that like
Yeah,
that?
13 now. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah. So that you got to have that brain, I think, of a adolescent to really let it sink in and learn it that way, rather than try to retrofit your older techniques into the new system. It doesn't always work out. So, but kudos to Greentea for his honesty, and like I said, I hope we get to see him one more time at least. SQR's already said that he's not coming over, or he's retired. Corian, I watch his streams every once in a while, and he'll do his CTM quals, and he'll get a couple max outs in his 2-hour time span, 1-hour time span. He's not tearing it up like the kids are these days either. So it's and if you're our age, Kingsman, like watching athletes or wrestlers kind of go past their prime but are still great personalities, you still want them to stick around. It's kind of hard to when to let them leave. It's difficult. So we're probably going to see this question answered more and more with our veterans as these next couple years go by.
Indeed. And this will be a fantastic treat, for you wrestling fans, perhaps. Chris always knows this, but we were treated this past WrestleMania to Stone Cold Steve Austin, and for me myself, I'll speak, that it brought a lot of nostalgia for me, right, Chris? I'm hoping you felt the same way, but it was a lot of nostalgia there to see him, and clearly he wasn't the same that he was 20 years ago, but you got that glimmer of wow, it's so good to see him in action, and going against someone of this generation now that was inspired by what he did.
Yeah, and like in baseball, Albert Pujols just re-signed with the Cardinals after a several-year jaunt to the West Coast, and you never thought he would come back, even though he's not the former player that he was, but he's going to get that one more go-round. But not all the players get that, perfect ending. Some people just kind of quit. So, we'll see what happens, but looks like at least for tonight, we're going to have a dream match, aptly named.
We most certainly will, yes, and we should be getting that just about set. King is going to fix something here.
Look at that real-time editing you're doing right there. Not everybody else gets to see it. I get to see it.
You get to see all the jank, yes, indeed. You get that good stuff, and then let's just make sure that we are.
And Greentea, it's 12:30 in the afternoon in Japan right now, so he should be well rested on a Saturday. Whereas Sharky, it's getting late on a Friday.
Indeed.
No, most of these tournaments you run, it's the Asian players at the disadvantage. But I guess in this late night system, maybe they'll have the rest advantage for a change.
Oh, I would agree. Yeah, I mean, he played very well against Heps the last time we had them on. So, and yes, the disadvantage for Heps was that he's playing at 4:30 in the morning. Sharky is usually a night owl anyway. This is around the time he would play. And Sharky, my man, if you could be doing me a favor, 1080p is no bueno for me. If you could bring that down as mentioned in the DMs, that'd be awesome. And then we can get this one started officially. In the meantime, Chris, while hopefully Sharky gets the message and he'll take care of that.
Get those online facts?
We can get some online facts indeed. Let's get this going here. A little music on the stream because people like to hear that in the background. And there it is, Chris. We got some online facts here for our main event of the evening. It is a DAS battle extraordinaire. On the left-hand side, you can see it's that amazing, talented young man who is going to try to put on a show for us. It is Sharky as a DAS playstyle, as mentioned, has that 1.22 personal best in the million range. His CTWC record, he's been there live at 2019, and then he's played at the 2020 World Championships and the golden bracket, so he's 3-3 overall. His best finish was at the 2020 championships, finishing in 10th place. After that amazing run he had in that group, only losing to Nenu in the bracket reset he had to play in the group because he was at the top of the bracket.
He was on the verge. Yep, he was ready to jump into the top 8, and Nenu went full Nenu.
Indeed. And of course, his spirit animal is a shark. What a shock. And the player on the right there, Greentea, the people's choice, Bidwell. His playstyle is DAS, of course. He was dealing in the depths of the rolling waters, but as mentioned in the video, he is going to do away with that for a competitive Tetris. He just feels that he is not viable to use that. His personal best is a 1.13, 3 million score. CTWC record is 6-4, as he has appeared at the 2018, 2019, and the 2021 World Championships. His best finish, of course, was third place in his first appearance at 2018 in that memorable best of 3 with Jonas. And his spirit animal, thanks to my friend, the Demon Diva, she called him at the 2019 after party, he's a unicorn because he is just magical.
Can't disagree with that. And now we've got some proper resolution output.
We are good to go, which means that the king can officially ring the bell. Let's ring that bell. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now for your Tetris Friendlies main event for the evening. Introductions, please. On the left-hand side is a young man we just talked about in the online facts. He is doing it all. He's got his hands all over the place in the world of Classic Tetris as a player, as a commentator, and as an organizer. He hosts his Classic Tetris Gauntlet events pretty much every Wednesday and Sunday. Check it out on his stream. It's Sharky! And on the right is the young man that most certainly is magical. He has certainly wowed the crowd for many years. And I said that if CTWC does take place in person, he'll be there to do it one more time. It is the people's choice, Greentea. And of course, with me helping to stall, because he is a professional, it is Chris Bidwell. Thank you, my friend.
This is an honor. Thank you for having me. Burb and the others have been doing a great old job all night. I'd say bring Burb in if he's still available, but if not, we can go to the two of us. But let's spread the love as much as we can for this great final match of Tetris Friendlies. Whatever subtitle you gave this that I've already forgotten.
That's okay. It's called Reckoning. The day of Reckoning is here. Yes. All my Friendlies events have R's, with the exception of the Classic Champions that replaced one we had called Retribution, which had a really great concept, but it kind of left us flat a little bit. It was a concept that I put together since the CWC was going online for the first time. We called it Retribution, where I brought back matches from the 2019 IRL tournament and had them played online for players to get revenge. So we had like Louis Scooey and Matt Schoolmaster meet up because they played in a round 0 match and they played a best of 5. We had Jeff and Micro Blizz play in a match. That way, Jeff can try to see if he can return the favor and get a win after Micro Blizz upset him in that one, and so on. So it was a very cool concept, but some of the matches were a little flat. So,
well, that didn't happen tonight for sure. Crazy night. Stack Rabbit versus Alex, Huff versus Miles in that matchup we did not get in Vegas because Nevinator came in and Nevinated.
Yeah.
So good stuff all around tonight. And Greentea just finished 19-4, was it? To warm up, like you do.
Was that shocking? And looks like he's having a little snack there. It's lunchtime over there in Japan. So I'd like to thank Greentea for hanging out and staying up late. Well, not staying up, but getting up on time, I guess. He didn't have to get up early.
Yeah, it's almost 1 p.m. over there.
Yeah. Although he's been streaming for like 2 hours, so I appreciate it.
We'll get Sharky his last bit of warm-ups here. I know he's kind of came in cold. Cold shark. Even more frightening than a warm shark.
Oh, most certainly. Gotta come in like a great white.
And this has got that Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior feeling, where both players are baby faces, like they're both good guys. There's no heel to root against. So,
oh, I totally agree. I mean, that's a beautiful comparison. You know, when last year, this is Sharky's second year participating in my reckoning event. Last year, he got to play another legend, Svavar, in a first-time battle, which was it was a really amazing 4-game set. For those that haven't checked it out, you can check it out on the YouTubes. It is available there, and he played amazing, and I was just enamored with how he was. I kind of went a little cold in that one too. He didn't have too much warm up, but he came out hot and showed the veteran that, hey, I'm just going to add another legend to my belt. And kind of that's how Sharky feels about Greentea. He's got plenty of admiration and respect, but you know, when we get the matches going, then it's all business.
Looks like another 19-3 warm up here for Sharky. Greentea looks like he's ready to go. I haven't seen any patented Greentea green tea, which I did get to try this past year. Not a fan of the flavor, but I will certainly try some more as a pick-me-up next time I play competitive Tetris.
Well, there are some green teas that are actually pretty good. Have you ever been to Panera Bread? They have that papaya citrus green tea. That is very good. It's a little bit more on the fruity side versus like what I guess a traditional green tea would be.
Oh, there it is. He heard us. Or is that that? Yeah, it's in a clear bottle. It doesn't have the brand, but that's okay. No buzz marketing on Tetris Friendlies.
Of course not. Right. All right, both have exchanged. Good luck. Have fun. Of course, the outstanding sportsmanship between the two. You wouldn't expect anything less, and we are pretty close to get this one underway.
Did we throw up the channel points bet yet?
There most certainly was one, yeah.
Who was ahead on that? I missed that.
Greentea was ahead.
All right.
But as you would think, you got plenty of fans on both sides. So this is pretty, like you mentioned, Chris, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, it's split down the middle. Everyone rooting for both.
Yep, I got my cowbell ready. I expect some max outs.
Greentea is ready, without question. Sharky, if you're hover 3 or ready to chat will suffice, we can do that. And he is ready as well. The main event, the dream match, is finally here. Chris, count them down for this historic game number 1.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Away we go. Both players looking very dapper in black.
Yeah, I wonder if they
coordinated that, you think?
Yeah, they called each other up. And we're finally underway. Yeah, here we go. The dream match, Chris. The moment everyone's been waiting for. I am honored to present it. And I thank Monthly Tetris for allowing me to host it for the world to see.
Yeah, Monthly Tetris is really stepping up this past year, too. Good on Van Dweller and the whole crew. But prize money going way up.
Yeah, there's been a lot of tremendous supporters coming through for Monthly Tetris. There was a huge donation by a Twitch viewer by the name of Shall Be Satisfied that for this, this current month that we having shelled out $2,500 right on the spot. Wow. I mean, it's insane, Chris. Like, you're thinking to yourself, wow, like, was that supposed to be like shelled out over like a period of time? Maybe say, oh, put $100 for every month for the next like 2 years. But no, they're like, no, throw it all in the bucket for this month. And I mean, when you have people like that support this esport, Chris, then that's what makes it better. It enhances the gameplay because you're getting the best in the world, then coming out knowing that, hey, I'm playing for prize money. And, you still have those that are playing because they love the sport, like the two that we're seeing here today. But, I mean, a little cheddar don't hurt, right?
No, and if there is issues of players getting out to live tournaments, that prize money in CTM, if they win, is certainly going to help ease that pain. So both scenes can help each other out in that regard.
Exactly. And then hopefully that also can help spark other organizers out there, especially when we have internationals that obviously it'll probably be difficult if they can try to make it out to a live CTWC. And if maybe contributors like a Shall Be Satisfied is able to help out and say, I'll donate a prize pool for someone, to make it over here, then why not? That enhances the tournament itself to bring all these great players into the live aspect, and it'll be tremendous.
Yeah, I don't know where. Obviously they haven't officially announced Portland yet, but assuming there is one, that room or that concert hall or wherever the heck they put us, the energy in that room is going to be off the charts. We've been waiting, 3 years for this to actually happen again. And the degree that this game has grown since then, it's going to be a hell of a show, and I can't wait. But early on, look at this, 283, 286. Neck and neck, as we like to say around here.
And now they're over the 300 mark, or 308 to 308. It was pretty much
Yep.
like a few hundred points the difference. And Tetris with Sharky, 331 to 331. I mean, it's pushdown points, 672 to 740 in the hundreds. I mean,
Sharky with a few pushdown points, nice.
Yeah, I think it was like 68 points difference. Wow.
Now he's adding a few more after he heard our commentary.
So let me take a few burns. I got to make sure I got a sufficient lead.
Just both players stone-faced in their respective studios.
No,
I am really interested in knowing what's next for Greentea and Enhance and Tetris Effect, because that is such a hell of a product. When you first saw it a few years ago, it was like, oh, this is kind of like, trippy, modern Tetris, that's cool and all. But when Greentea came aboard and helped out with the classic score attack mode and all the other versus modes, the modern and the classic players really got into the game a lot more with that competitive aspect. So that's one of those games that actually improved way more with the DLC. Most of the time DLC is kind of an extra track of Mario Kart, who cares? But Tetris Effect is amazing now, and I wonder what they have up their sleeves next.
I'm sure there's probably some enhancements coming in from Enhance, no puns intended. Early shift there for Greentea with a T, but looks like he will be able to solve this pretty soon. Might give Sharky a little chance to increase his lead. And Chris, you mentioned, Greentea actually has another event coming up next Friday. Apparently, Enhance is doing something on the 29th. They'll be having an event that Greentea is going to be participating in. And I didn't get a chance to go and translate the Google tweet because obviously it's in Japanese, but I'm sure it is something to watch. So if you are a fan of Greentea, you can check it out. His Twitter handle is the same as his Twitch. It's Suito Greentea. It's SUITOU Greentea. Check him out. Give him a follow, of course. Why the hell not? And check it out, what event he's going to be doing for Enhanced next week.
Look at these scores. We're going to be high 500 transitions. Or maybe 550s, but still pretty damn good for a first game, and especially Sharky coming in pretty much cold.
Yeah. Putting the rollers to shame a little bit.
Yeah. So that some of those Huff Miles games didn't do so well up to this point. There's that one that was, they both had 600s, but
well, they figured they would just score in 29, of course.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're so, I'm joking when I'm saying this, but they're so cocky that 18 don't matter. They're just gonna make it all up at 19, right?
I'm glad you had to put that disclaimer in there.
I had to say it beforehand. Yeah, they don't have sarcasm in Japan, so.
I think you're giving, Sweeto Greentea. Oh. And that'll be
it. I was watching Greentea, and he had struggled a little bit. And the transition killed that game for Sharky. Ouch. He wasn't ready for the transition.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a little bit cold there, and Greentea going to top out too. He was having some trouble at the end on that one, but no matter, good enough. 600K over the 596. We'll take the first one on the right. GG's.
Now, Sharky was great, and then I didn't even catch where the mistake happened, but I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking Greentea had the issue.
So GG's there. a very solid game of 18, and then as we've talked about, Chris, the dash style becomes volatile on those 19 speed. It is not easy. These two are most certainly capable of handling it, but mistakes happen. It is dash, and that's where it leaves us into game number 2. 1-0 for Greentea.
Hey, thanks for the sub classic Vomps. See you next weekend in Milwaukee, sir.
Should be a fun event. Glad Vince is making it out there.
That's going to be a good time.
So we're just waiting on the lookout for, yep, waiting on the readies here from our players.
Could be on the lookout for Hatris carts at the convention.
Oh, yeah, of course. Please do. You got to pick them up. You never know when you need them for the IRL Hatris tournaments.
They aren't as cheap as Tetris carts, that's for sure.
I saw, yeah. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris, we're going to get game number 2 of the Dream Match happening. As mentioned, a very good 18. So hopefully that'll be considered our warm-up game. And we could see some exciting 19+ happening shortly. C'est la Tetris. Yes, Arctic.
Classic Tetris has been steadily gaining in popularity in Japan. You know, before it was just kind of the 3 players, Corian, Greentea, SQR, but I've seen several more Japanese Twitter accounts post NES Tetris scores.
Yes.
And you know, that's a bit of a trial to get that up and running over there. You know, either play on emulator or modify a Famicom somehow to play an NES cart. So it's a little high barrier to entry, but the interest is definitely continuing to grow over there.
And we did have a 4th Japanese player able to play in the CTWC this year. Actually made it into the gold bracket. Goes by Love the Moon is their Twitch handle. I think is Suki is the name of the player, and it's tremendous. And I think also was learning rolling recently. I don't know where they are currently in that play style, but I have seen a few of their streams where they do rolling attempts.
I hope they can make it out to Portland if possible. But if not, continue growing the scene out there, and the contingency will grow in future years.
Most certainly. I mean, that's how you're going to grow the game, right? I mean, you have players like Greentea, SQR, Corian that, again, were kind of the forerunners to start getting, you know, other players maybe from Japan or in the Far East locations to be inspired by that, and are similar to what we hear in the States. Like we think about Jonas and Harry and Jeff and those guys as, you know, helping to create where we are today. Well, over there could be the 3 guys that you mentioned.
And we have yet another close game, 156 Greentea, 156 Sharky. So 50 lines in. Both players looking great, so hopefully they can stick it through to 19 and then handle these 50% speed increase well and play it on out.
Only first time chatter, Skyrim Mage. Can't play NES Tetris to save my life. Well, we all start somewhere. I'm sure these 2 will tell you in the beginning it was not easy. It's the type of game that you have to grind and just keep working at it. Eventually, you start to see some improvement. Even as Chris Bidwell, he knows himself. He's actually improved. he's got a win. He's actually got a win in the world of classic Tetris. Can you believe it?
1. I have 2 if you count Uncle Mike. I guess I should count that too.
We most certainly count that in the Friendlies database. So, score check 260 for Sharky, 296 for Greentea. Again, looking at some nice 500K transitions if we can keep this up.
After watching Stack Rabbit, you know, earlier, this type of stacking's, you know, it's like this is normal play. This isn't optimal. You got to go crazy with with the delayed spins to be the perfectly efficient stacking.
Oh, it's so true. But it's very satisfying to watch these two players going at it, in the sense that, yes, Stack Rabbit is amazing to watch and all the crazy movements, but again, it is a frame perfect AI that is just computing so many different variables and making the ultimate best decision, whereas the human element here, it makes things more exciting, right, Chris? You just want to see what these players can do in their reaction times on dealing with strange situations, kind of like Greentea in this center build that he has. How's he going to solve it? And his technique and style to answer that.
I mean, if you know what's possible, you're a lot more likely to break it. So when people thought maxing out Tetris was impossible, somebody finally did it, and then a lot more people were inspired to try it themselves. And now we're seeing that with post 29 play, and then eventually it's going to be that way for getting into the broken color stages. Then it's eventually going to be breaking the game and causing it to freeze. Like, even if it's an AI accomplishing that first, that gives human players a target to set for themselves and a goal to actually accomplish, and it will happen.
And there you go. Look at that. Excellent play here from Greedy. Going to go with the road 2. Looked like he was going to burn originally with that J, and then decided, no, I'm going to get a Tetris first.
We're going to get a dirty Greentea when you don't wash the bottle out.
And there you go. A little one run off the bottom. They still say it's dirty. Got a Tetris.
He little fist bump there.
Yeah, like that.
This guy's been so infectious.
490 here for Sharky. He's already on the transition, Chris. 442 for Greentea. They're off and running. Let's see what they can do on the 19 speed.
Sharky's board's in a much better position than last time. Oh, he had to cover up the well right before the long piece. But he does have the lead, 517, 455. Greentea's continuing to play one off the bottom. Going to fill that in finally with the T.
And I always like Sharky's reactions as far as his Tetris play is concerned. You always have that great reaction time to get those vaults over. He had a couple of very important vaults. If he doesn't get them over left and right, then certainly would have put him in a lot of danger. And of course, he has a very good quick tap technique, much like Greentea, when needed. So be on the lookout for that. Sharky is also be prone to build a little high, but then he also knows when to bring it down, just like you just saw there, Chris. He starting to build up, took a couple of burns. Lombard comes, he's back in business. 633 for Sharky, 575 for the People's Choice.
We were all heartbroken in 2021 when Sharky was on that bubble qualifying for CTWC and couldn't quite get that second max out. And he was so close. He had a couple of one-aways. I forget how close it was, but it was extremely heartbreaking. So love to see some redemption tonight here, and he's well on his way up to cross 700,000 here.
And again, as you saw, a beautiful vault on that right side, and a Tetris. He is absolutely looking sharp now, Chris. Warm-up is done for Sharky. 728 to Greentea's 593, who needs a Lombard in the worst way, and no!
Oh!
No quick tap there. He can't get it over, and he's finished. 593 is all he can get. Sharky smelling blood in the water. It's 770. We're tied at 1-1. GG's.
Flip that switch to a best of 3 now. Gonna mull this out.
Well, certainly, if he would like to, he can, because this is the last match of the night. Thank God. So he can mull it.
And again, you're freaking amazing to grind your way through this series of matches tonight.
Well, to be honest, I mean, it's a typical Friday night. We're usually running it this long anyway. Because honestly, there's never any in-between, Chris, on a Friday night fights. It's either you're running short because you got a million early top-outs, or running till the break of dawn because the games are so good. And honestly, these super shows have always been fantastic. I love hosting them. And this is an amazing match. I mean, I would, if I had to do this at 4 a.m., Chris, I'd get up and do it.
Yep. I mean, I certainly know the feeling of getting up early for Tetris, but week in and week out, man, I don't know how you do it, brother, but thank God you do. And
Sure. Yeah, Shark, if you need to refresh my stream, go right ahead. Maybe I should just give... that should be okay.
The old hag with the online facts saying how this could have happened in 2019. I love the online facts. What a great, wholesome, ridiculous meme.
I had to incorporate it now, you know. Van
Yeah,
gave me a hard time about my tail of the tape last time I hosted. So I was like, all right, we'll make online facts then. And I made a nice little, you know, whole PowerPoint put together, right? So I put time and effort this time.
It centered the text in the boxes. It's like, you know, it's computer stuff, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't go to school for graphic design or nothing, but hey.
Yeah. Both players ready?
All right, Chris, count them down. Game number 3. It's a crucial one. We're in a best of 3 situation now.
In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And if I were, you know, if I had a brain of a not 45-year-old, I'd memorize how to count down in Japanese, but I've already forgotten. So I'll look that up for the next round.
Someone can fact check me, but I believe it is Ichi-ni-san.
Ichi-ni-san. All right, I'll forget it and mess it up. But now I'll be on record when that does happen.
Hopefully. Somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. But...
11 points for Sharky with the press down. It's interesting with, like I said earlier in the earlier match with the rollers, is pressing down is even less of a part of the game because that's a weird maneuver to pull off. So we're going to see even less of that as rolling continues to roll over the competitive scene.
Oh, there you go. I'm being corrected already, Chris. I had said Ichi-ni-san because that's 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking wrestling terms, of course. Right?
Oh, yeah.
For the pin, 1, 2, 3, because that's how we count. In Tetris, we count down, so it was Ichi, San ni Ichi. There you go. Tetrisu, right? We need Chris Tang here for that.
We need to double up Chris Tang's abilities. We need to count down in Japanese and have that echo effect.
Oh, right. Might be a trademark of his, so I will refrain because I might have to pay royalty on that.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very generous with the Boom Tetris, so we should at least acknowledge his other trademarks and not infringe on him.
Right. Acknowledge me.
That was fun as hell the other week doing the Hatchers tournament with you two.
That was
the best thing we ever did.
that was pretty enjoyable. You know, and I love doing that with 2 Chris's, right? Because then I had to try to figure out, okay, which Chris am I talking to? So, because it's like here I could say it like, you know, Chris, hey, look at this board going on. I couldn't say it at there. I'm like, hey, Chris, what do you think about that? I'm like, oh wait, I gotta say Bidwell or Tang.
Right. You know, you the professional broadcaster acknowledging your co-broadcasters. I appreciate that because I never do that. I'm pretty terrible at it.
Oh, please, Chris.
But Greentea, little trouble here. He's only got 100,000. Very spotty board. Going to open up column 3. He's going to fill it in with the long bar. Get back to a regular state. But he's now down over 100,000, 225 to 121. This is Sharky's attempt to take this pivotal game 3.
Well, you can see some people in the chat, they're saying, oh man, Greentea's board was very stressful to look at. And they're like, oh my goodness, like, is he going to survive this? But he's Greentea. We got to remember that, you know? I mean, how often do you really see an early top from Greentea?
And even if he does, he's still smiling. So you gotta, if you're not watching him, then you'll be stressed out. But if you're stressed out, look at his face. He's not stressed, so why should you be?
Indeed. 286 for the Shark. 154 for the Unicorn. is just magical, is what he was told in 2019.
Setting up the tuck there. Sharky, 312 through 91. Not blowing it up this game, but since Greentea has been struggling, setting up a left wheel Tetris.
Yeah, I think he figures he's got to try to make up some points any way he can, so get this board adjusted. Ooh, a little bit of a misdrop there. Sharky was trying to go for it early. He wanted the J tuck. You could see it down there, and he just, I guess...
There's a broken Vits. Not even going to do that. He's just going to fill it in on column 10. Interesting.
That's the right
I guess
focus.
this way you can leave that as a stand to play some dirty Tetris. This is Greentea's door.
Indeed.
His board ain't so hot either.
And a very nice adjustment from Sharky. He saw the S was coming that was going to help burn away to open up the right side once more to get him back to a traditional well. And he's back in business. But 11 lines left to go, so we're going to get a low transition from both players. Certainly not a high-scoring affair, but anything can happen. One mistake here in the 19 plus certainly can lead us into a pivotal game 4.
So looking at close to a 450 transition if Sharky completes it here. He's going to take the single into transition. And with that perfect board, he's able to navigate the change in speed.
Meanwhile, Greentea, very low transition. He's going to get over 300. Barely. Just barely.
Just did it. Yep, you challenged him and he did it.
I was hoping he would make it. There we go. We're off and running. Sharky, 49. Greentea, 349. 140,000 point, the difference. We'll see if Greentea goes a little aggro here, Chris, to try to start making up, or will he maybe play safe to begin and then see what happens to Sharky? Because obviously if Sharky has a top out somewhat early on, that'll give Greentea all the runway to catch up.
Yeah, well, that's not happening early on. Sharky's got a pretty much perfect board after he'll fill in that gap with the T of the non-green variety. 535, 409. Sharky's still up, but he is ahead by a level as well, which is interesting because Greentea struggled a little bit more, but got to the transition slower.
Vince wants to see 800K posts, so let's do it. Beautiful flat burn from Greentea.
Sharky's starting to groove a little bit. Look at him sway back and forth. I don't know if he's talking to his friends.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed when Sharky plays. He kind of gets into like a vibe, right? He gets grooving. He starts moving. I think he's just listening to music. Usually I think that's what he says. He would be just having some tunes on. He'll have a playlist going and just lose himself in the music. No pun intended.
Well, what made him famous was, you know, the emotion he put into his game, the hyper jolt, for lack of a better term, when he was shaking around trying to get maneuver those pieces in a high risk situation. But speaking of high risk situation, Greentea's in a lot of trouble here. He's down by a lot. He's just this isn't good for sure for Greentea.
He's staying alive.
That's gonna do it.
There you go.
Sure.
As Chris was about to say, Sharky's good at 767. He's got it. Greentea, tough. Total suffer game for Greentea. Just really had a rough 18. Could not get out of it. And Sharky, impressive 800K now on level 27. He too had a somewhat low transition, but his 19 plate gets it done. He has the 2-1 advantage going into the pivotal game for GG's.
And he grooved that L spin into that gap. No issue. Look at him. Totally vibing.
He's feeling really good right now. He'll top out there, but very nice. You know, he had about a 400K transition, Chris, and he's finishing with 840, so definitely around 400K post before him. That's a strong game. Greentea just a total suffrage in that 18. He finished with about a 500, I think. Yeah, 516. He transitioned at 300K, so he was right there along. He had a 200K post until that debacle.
Yeah, he knew he was. Yeah, he knew he was behind, so he had to like up his aggression, and that's your only choice when you're already behind by that much. So, totally makes sense why that happened. So here we go. Greentea's ready. Sharky is ready, and I will go back in the chat, and we will count down.
All yours, Chris. Go ahead. Count them down for the pivotal game 4.
Ni Ichi Tetrisu. Let's see, white guy speaking Japanese. It's not pleasant, but hopefully respectful.
I'm sure to be plenty respectful, and of course we will give some ad dollars to our friend Greentea as he is in a commercial break there. Promoting Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier. 25% off with code Festival25. Help out Greentea. Maybe that'll get him a few yen, right? Still using that over in Japan? They're still using yen?
Indeed, they are. And how dare Twitch put up a hydration ad on Greentea's channel that does not green tea?
That's true.
Sacrilege. Perfect clear. That's like the third perfect clear tonight. Is that a record?
That is. I mean, it'd be a record if there was one perfect clear. We usually don't see them, but 3 perfect clears this evening. We got one from Trap Zone. We saw one from Alex T earlier, and now the Shark completes the hat trick. Wow. What a night, Chris.
Yeah, I didn't think that was very common, so history.
Man giving me suggestions about getting Twitch Turbo. I don't even know what that is, but
I'll look into it. Pop-up ads, yeah. We had that issue, yeah. Dr. Mario channel as well. Ooh, Greentea with the early shift. Not fatal. Waiting for the perfect burn piece. Could get hairy up here. Not like this, Greentea. Let's get it through this. Come on, game.
Oof, this is so brutal.
Come on, game. We're all stressing out here.
What a setup here. Could this work? Could this work out?
He got it. He got it. He got it. Got it. All right. In the yellow zone now. Out of the danger zone.
What a quick tap of the L. Oh, my word.
The patented Greentea quick tap. Saves him yet again.
Oh, he did it! Oh, look at the reaction too, Chris. Oh, man. What
everybody
a relief.
at the same time.
What a relief. Oh, my word. That was what we call Monka-esque situation. And look at that. Look at the sportsmanship from Shark. He's happy that Greentea stuck it out. He's giving him a thumbs up. Oh, my word. You don't want to end it. You didn't want to end it on that one, Chris. And what a job at Greentea.
And through all that, Greentea's still ahead by a Tetris. Sharky's having a blast now. This is good. This is the dream match. Uh-oh, set up for the T-spin. Threw it right in like a champ.
256 for Greentea, 253 for Sharky, as Chris mentioned. Even through all that tremendous digging at the top, Greentea still has the lead, and he'll increase it by about 4,000 points. Who needs rolling when you can dash like that, right, Chris?
Ooh. I mean, that's why a player like Greentea, it's tougher for him to learn how to roll because he's so good with he's so precise with dash like that. It's harder to go back and forth. I mean, you got to completely relearn the game.
And he did a pretty cheeky burn there, kind of like a stack rabbit adjustment where he saw a line bar coming. He was gonna throw it down the well, and then he saw that, oh, I can burn vertically, and this will help my board. So Greentea at 321, Sharky at 336. They're approaching 100 lines. Greentea needs to win this one to send us to a decider. Otherwise, Sharky will claim victory, add another legend onto his mantle. It's amazing what Sharky has done in the world of Classic Tetris. He's played a lot of the legends. Most recently, he played against Jake Stein, who we got to see at a live event. It was good to see him there, and they squared off. And from a historical purpose, Chris, it's fun to see matchups like that. See some of the new faces against the old guard.
Yeah, it's great to see the mutual respect going both ways. For as much we like to admire the older players, there sometimes can be these younger players they can't do it, and I don't see that too much in this scene. I'm sure somebody will correct me, but I think the respect goes both ways between the newer generations and the older ones.
I would agree. We are approaching transition, Chris. It is 4:57 to 4:20. Hey now.
Much better than that 666 score earlier.
Of course. That's so devilish. Greentea, yes, gets that open just in time. Beautiful. Look at this play from Greentea. Excellent job.
He is thanking RNG right now. That's what he does.
You have
he's
to.
He's so polite, and you gotta be great. If you're gonna complain about bad RNG, you gotta compliment it when it helps you out. Getting those two back-to-back lines certainly helped his board there. 500 to 469. Greentea with a slight pace lead. But this is what we expected, and I got my cowbell ready.
And you see Sharky's in the zone. He felt good about getting out of that mid-dig.
Ooh.
A little bit of a drop. But there we go. He'll get the Tetris, and that'll help. Greentea has the advantage. It's ahead by about 8,000 points. We go to level 22. Intensity on the player's face. Sharky vibing. Greentea having a ball.
$571, $570. Look at this. Look at this, King.
What a match. What a game. 600. Oh, Chris, how could I forget? We got next, man. This is a neck alert. Let's go.
Yes. Neck and neck. Game 4, when you called us the dream match, some people are like, that's a little bit of hyperbole. Not hyperbole. This is what you dream of. Two great players, two great games.
An exciting finish, perhaps, coming our way. We're on level 24, 637 for Sharky, 677 Greentea.
Minor Swiss cheese on both boards. Another small hang for Sharky. He's going to need several lines to solve this. Greentea setting up a double well situation. Needs one line, gets one line. He's ready in column 3. Will he get it? Will he get it? Will he get it? Will he get it? He finally gets it. Almost a perfect position. Burns nearly all of his columns down to the ground. 727 Greentea, 669 Sharky.
Oh, hey now. Meanwhile, throughout that whole entire ordeal of Greentea waiting on a long bar, Sharky was getting into trouble. He found a way yet again, Chris. My God, the dash control he has and the solves he puts together, truly outstanding. He does not dare to go with that J-tuck. Smart move. The lumbar comes. He gets a Tetris. His patient perseveres. 740 to 801. We go to level 28. It is a neck and neck. It is close as hell. Greentea looking to perhaps stamp it to get to the decider. Tetris for Sharky to go to 775. He's got 8 more lines at his disposal, but that T is absolutely nasty. And that'll be it. He's done at 776, and Greentea is playing on 29 at 879. Everybody's going to get what they wanted. Game 4 is no more. Greentea has tied it up, and Chris, the dream match will end with a decider.
It was so good at the end. Sharky was having to pull out all the stops, and he hung up a T late in that level 28 situation, but he was right there right up until the very end. Look at all the deciders in chat. We've got all the beverages tonight. Deciders, green teas, shark blood.
Whatever you got. Here. Yeah, whatever you got, just drink them now. Unbelievable. We're going to get a fantastic finale. It is the first decider of the night, Chris. We have not gone to decider at all, and yet we are like 6 hours streaming. So that just goes to show you how great the games have been overall.
They're getting too good. I mean, that's going to be the big controversy is the line caps and whatnot, but we'll wait to solve that problem when it actually becomes a problem.
Indeed. All right, Greentea is ready to go.
Yep.
Plenty of decider emotes. If you don't have a decider emote, now's the time to get one. Hit the subscribe button for this channel right now and get that decider emote. It only costs you $4.99. You don't just get a decider emote. You get all the damn emotes of every single bear you ever thought imagine. Hell, I love the king bear. No bias there. But
so many bears.
So many bears. But it's decider time. Drink them if you got them. Deciders in the chat. Hit that button. Get your decider. And Sharky is ready as well. Type something in Japanese that I wouldn't understand. We're ready. Chris, of course, the honors are yours, man. This is the final countdown of the evening. Go ahead.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Let's go. Decider.
Fantastic finale about to take place. 2 mega stars in the world of classic Tetris. The young man on the left says perhaps his competitive journey is coming to its end. Still wants to be involved. It was very interesting, Chris. He mentioned on Twitter that he was really going to start maybe stepping away as a whole from classic Tetris. And, he's still a young man. We're talking Sharky here. He's going to be 22 years old, and he wants to get his life moving in a different direction, perhaps. But when he saw earlier, when I posted on Twitter this morning, the Greentea video in regards to what he thought about Sharky, he said, it's awesome to hear that. Like, he's being appreciated for all the hard work. And that's the thing, is that as organizers, sometimes you don't hear that. You don't hear the thank yous, right? Or the reaction of the players or those that participate or viewers and such that, give you that thanks for putting this on. And it's nice to hear that from time to time. And coming from a player of Greentea's, caliber and, what he means to the community as a whole, it means a lot when he says that.
Yeah, you people need to hear that from some, and not just in the Tetris world, but in general in life, especially these past few years. So, hate to sound like a hippie, but thank people every once in a while if they do something you like. So there's your hearty message. And by the way, Greentea posted "Go for it" in Japanese. That's what those characters were when he said he was ready.
Perfect.
Thank you, Google. Thank you, Google Translate.
You're the man. And of course, thank you to, I believe it was Taylor is Green, giving out 5 gift subs to the community. Thank you so much. I think Meg the Egg got one too. So if you're in the chat, Meg, hey, get those deciders out. It's party time.
157, 152. So we got a close decider. Got Grand Designs in the chat. We got Higgins in the chat. Everybody's here for this grand finale.
Yeah.
And Centerwell Tetris. Way to go, Greentea.
And of course, you welcome Higgins, and says, I guess, Bidwell too, right? Of course.
Yeah.
How could you not thank Bidwell? I thank him all the time for hanging out with me through Taco Bell internets and laptop issues, but he sticks around, he stays up late, and why not for this amazing dream match?
Oh, Van Dweller says we unlocked our next emote slot.
You're welcome, Van. I hope I will see a pay increase at the end of the month. Thank you. That's how it's done, people. That's how it's done.
Strong negotiating skills.
I mean, I do public negotiations, right?
It's most effective. Do it in the press.
That's right.
Don't leave it to the lawyers.
272 for Sharky, 244 for Greentea. So about a Tetris and change the difference. Line count basically negligible.
Oh, we have a frozen Greentea screen. There it goes. Okay.
They'll catch up. Don't worry. I have faith. There we go.
Yeah. This just when you were a kid, would you imagine you could be watching people in Japan playing video games live on your computer? That was what a pipe dream that would have been. So I just marvel at this stuff sometimes.
Indeed. I think I had I believe there wasn't there something that Sega was doing that you could play online back in like the 90s with like dial-up connections and stuff, but
the Sega channel was through your cable company, yeah. Yeah, so it was, you know, that was it. It wasn't like you could watch somebody else play. It was you just get games on your little Sega box modem thingy before cable internet was a thing.
That was the closest that I would come to knowing that until about 1998 when I went to college and had to get a PC for the first time. I was like, "Ooh, the internet! What is this?"
Yeah.
Very good game for Sharky, 421. He's looking at about 5 and change of a transition. Greentea, 384. A little bit of suffrage now coming towards the end of this 18 run.
Suffrage is a good thing. Having the right to vote, everybody needs that.
Oh, that's true, yes. $469 hey now for Sharky, $435 for Greentea. Greentea's 3 lines back. We're coming to a fantastic finish here, Bidwell. We're going to see potentially some 19 place. Sharky 7 lines away. Greentea 10 lines. What a way to end the night.
Yep, we're going to hit 19 here. Hopefully that's not a commentator's curse when we're this close.
I trust these players. We got one on the left, 519. Excellent transition for Sharky. He's going to look to close it out and add another legend to his belt. Greentea transitions at 487. Chris, let's go. Decider time.
Bring it on. Another Tetris for Greentea, closing that gap to 13,000 points. Sharky is grooving. Greentea is smiling. What a couple personalities these two are.
That's why there's so many people watching this match right now. These two players are beloved throughout the Classic Tetris community for so many different things, but they are showing their prowess right now in this high stakes DAS battle. 569 hey now for Greentea. Now goes to 571. We're on level 21s. 591 for Shark.
And with the line difference, they are basically even. First mistake loses. And when they're in the groove like that, you just don't make mistakes. RNG might screw you over. As I say that, Greentea does a little misflip, but no biggie. He'll get this cleaned up. What do you got?
It is down the middle. You can't choose. Just root for both of them and enjoy the show because we're on level 23. 661 for Sharky. 620 for Greentea. What a match.
Gorilla press or leg drop. My God. The crowd at the Sky Dome is going crazy.
Who's gonna Hulk up? Oh my word, Chris. 698 to 683. It is butt clenching tight. Sharky on level 25. Now he'll get a Tetris to go to 760. He's got 33 more lines to play with before we go to level 29. Greentea filling out. 744. Add a Tetris to go to 776. And he's Tetris ready again.
It's a 1 Tetris difference and 5 line difference. They are playing exactly the same game at this point.
Oh my word. 26.
What a go!
800,000 to 813. Greentea with the lead. Sharky is ahead in the line count, but he'll get a Tetris. Crucial at this point. These Tetrises, Chris, so much weight to them. They are absolutely precious. 871 to 879. Oh, Chris.
Oh!
Boom! Tetris for Greentea.
And one for Sharky. Back and forth. 5,000 point difference into level 28. 29 play, press down points. What's the difference going to be?
Oh, man. Sharky just did not get the right pieces here. He is Tetris ready. He'll get the Tetris.
He's got 1 Tetris to go. 1 line to go. He's got to build dirty.
He's got to build dirty.
Gotta take
a burn! And that's it. He's done at 946. Oh, man. What a finish. Greentea.
Get that max out!
Yeah, he got it. He did it.
Let's go! Oh,
he did it. A00 280. He's done it. Cowbells going off all over the place in Columbus, Ohio, and around the world. Greentea survives game number 5.
What a finish!
To end it, what a finish indeed. He'll take the game of the match. Smiles all around. What a game, Chris. What a way to end the dream match. GG's.
Epic is an overused word, but my God, that was amazing.
And look at him, Chris. He's on the screen. The winner. Wow, he had to earn it big time, Chris. That was no easy win.
How often do you see a match like that where you're less than a Tetris the entire way? Like, at least from like level 24 through the end, it was that close. And then at the very end, Sharky had to Tetris out, and he couldn't quite pull off that last Tetris at 229. And oh boy, what an ending!
Unbelievable finish. And we got gifts. We got gift subs all over the place. Crafty Kim, some more. It's fireworks. 3 subs already. Oh my word, Chris! What a night! What a night!
God, what fun! You both are both.
They're amazing indeed, Chris. Look at that. You saw Greentea having some drink there, getting his green tea on. Congratulations.
I'm not much of a smiler, but right now my smile is wide across my face, and I can't wait to see these two in Portland. I hope they can both make it, just for that one last live shindig party blowout.
Indeed, and you see Sharky in the chat congratulating Greentea, letting him know it was an honor to play you and have you be one of my last opponents. It was always a dream to play you, and thanks for helping me accomplish that. So, GG's there.
Now I'm gonna cry. Damn it!
Real men cry, don't they, Chris? Real men cry. And honestly, it was this was going to be an emotional battle. It was an amazing 5-game set. The players did everything right tonight. What a way to end this historic event. Congratulations, Greentea. The people's choice has done it again. Another victory on Tetris Friendlies. This one over Sharky. We hope to see you, yes, in Portland, and CTWC goes live.